So we got to talk about Office season 9. First of all, I thought you were in it for like 4 years. I didn't.
That would have been lovely.
It was. I think it's a compliment to you. I think you played a much. You had a much more memorable role. I was like, you only did one season. It was only season 9. Do you think that criticism of Office after Michael Scott leaves is super unfair? Because I do.
Oh, you do?
Like, hugely. I've compared it to, I'm a huge fan of the late seasons, and I compare it to the Patriots if Tom Brady left. They're still fucking great. They just lost the greatest of all time.
Yes. Okay, so what I would say is, a couple thoughts. First of all, if Brady leaves the Pats as they stand now, that is not a great team.
It's still a great defense. They'll still win the AFC East. But
it's not a great defense.
What do you mean it's not a great defense?
When Ryan Fitzpatrick hangs 28 on you,
they had a bad quarter. It's statistically one of the greatest defenses of all time. It's all coming back.
They made their bones early. Yes, early in the season they're playing dog shit teams. That was a great defense.
Right. I would say The Office, Carell leaving, you still have. It's like if Randy Moss was still there and Edelman's healthy,
right,
yeah,
and Brewski's still, like
Gronk's
somehow
still
this,
there.
like this all-timers team is still like in place somehow, even though the years don't match up. And Brady leaves, you're like, those guys could still do something. Mm-hmm. I think what's difficult is that it would be like if Brady left and then you said like, Gronk, you're going to be QB now. And people are like,
wouldn't that be awesome? I would love one game of that. That's a movie. If you're listening, like, that's oh my God, imagine that.
We got a lot of sponsorships going on right now, dude. We got to weed those out, maybe. Pick a couple. You know what I mean? Like, that's the hard part is that you basically have like, when Carell leaves, you have this perfect structural format of a TV show where there's like status and hierarchy and you understand the relationships. And when you remove that cornerstone, when you remove that piece, there's this vacuum, and the show, to its credit, does its best with like filling that void multiple times over. But I feel like the criticism is like individual to characters almost, where they're like, this guy stops being funny. And you're like, well, okay, but the entire structure of the show changed. So, imagine if you had like a 2-story house, and then we're like, we're going to take the first story off. And you're like, well, how does that work? And they're like, it's just a patio under. It's just a patio. And you're like, this house sucks now. You know what I mean? And people are like, that second story's bullshit. And you're like, no, it's not the second story. It's that the entire structure of the thing is completely different than it was.
So are you saying you don't like The Office, the late seasons that you were on?
I'm saying that like it's difficult to work that into the near perfection that it was for 7 years.
Yeah.
And then the response is like, this isn't perfect anymore.
Right.
And I'm like, well, yeah, you're right.
That's what
this isn't perfect anymore, but it's also still really good.
Still, I don't blame the people who, in the immediate aftermath, were like, I'm kind of out or whatever, because it is such a shock to see it. But if you go back and watch I will go back and watch them on Netflix all the time now. They're hilarious. There are still monsters on that show. Yes, there are. Andy goes a little off the deep end. It's a little strange. But like most of the people are still very, very talented actors who go on to be incredibly famous and already were in that moment. But they're great, funny people.
It's look, as like a fan, I want things to last forever. And as soon as they're not the way I want them to last, I'm like, end it here. Yeah. Why are you continuing on?